Hi again, everybody. Bill Phillips here on the second day of 2025. Hopefully, everybody had a wonderful New Year, wonderful New Year's Eve celebration, ringing in 2025. A lot going on, and unfortunately, some of it not good, some of it just tragic, some of it awful, and it revolves around one of our topics for today: college bowl games. And New Orleans, the site of the Sugar Bowl between Notre Dame and Georgia. And if you've not heard, there was a terrorist attack New Year's Eve, New Year's morning on Bourbon Street. A Texas man drove a pickup truck onto Bourbon Street, got on the sidewalks, and has the death toll is now at 15, dozens more injured in that incident. And the city basically put on lockdown yesterday in New Orleans. And today they will play that game scheduled for 4 o'clock. Some people thought they would play the game last night. They did not want to do that. Some people did, some people didn't. I'm sure they had to do, once they realized it was a terrorist attack, they had to do a sweep basically of the city, basically of the Superdome, which I'm sure they had already done. But it's one of those things, it's a huge venue, and it's one of those things that takes time. They needed that time, and now they have that game set for 4 o'clock this afternoon. I was doing some reading about what the teams were doing as that unfolded, or after it unfolded. Marcus Freeman and Notre Dame, they took the time that they could when they first found out about it to pray and mourn for the country. They did that. Now, Georgia was in a different situation. I'm not sure exactly which hotels the two teams stayed in, but Georgia was just a few blocks away from Bourbon Street in their hotel, so they were locked down in the hotel and really unable to get around, do anything. So that is the backdrop for this Sugar Bowl, which obviously is absolutely tragic, and my heart breaks for all of those people, all of the individuals and families that have been touched with this, and that's everybody in the country, because this is something that we all have to deal with in our own way. We all have to get our minds around this, as someone took the time to master plan, or a number of individuals to bring chaos and death to a number of individuals. And we just, again, can't extend enough condolences to everybody from here at the 9-Minute Phill-Up. And again, it's just a tragic situation. But as they say, everything continues on in this world. The world keeps on spinning. And we try and move on. We try to make understand what happens and see what we can do to prevent it from happening again. But we move along. And tonight they will play that Sugar Bowl game. We'll talk more about that a little bit later on the 9-Minute Phill-Up. But again, just wanted to make mention of that as we get ready to talk about college football. I wanted to make sure we mentioned that and didn't just ignore it or sweep it under the rug, because it's not something that we normally talk about. We try and stay away from, controversial things here. We're just trying to have some fun, do some random things, some random thoughts about some of the things that make us smile in this world. And unfortunately, a lot of times that sometimes the world crashes in on us, and this is one of those times. So again, condolences to everybody. If you were affected by this in any way, it's just tragic, and we can't, just prayers to everybody. And we hope that everything goes well as they reconvene for the Sugar Bowl, which obviously is, not that important when you look at the whole grand scheme of things, but it's a way for people to come together, and there'll be a lot of tears tonight at that game. So anyways, before we get too far down the road here, we're going to thank our wonderful Valley Converting sponsor for all that they do for us, and we want to hear from them right now.
Every piece of paper has a story. What if that story didn't end when you were done with it?
At Valley Converting, we turn your old paper products into recycled paperboard, continuing the story.
Locally owned and operated in Toronto, Ohio, bringing your paper to Valley Converting isn't just about recycling.
It's about supporting a cleaner, greener future for all of us.
We are here 5 days a week to help you make some green by going green.
And remember,
recycle for your future.
And welcome back to the 9-Minute Phill-Up. Bill Phillips here, producer extraordinaire. Jordan also here today as she's into her second day of the new year. And April checking in and want to put that up as well. Thank you, Bill. The country is hurting. So sad, absolutely so sad, and just something that yesterday, we were doing the morning news. Jordan was producing the morning news, and I was anchoring, and we saw that come across the. I don't know. The information got out on the web, and then, of course, through the television stations and everything. So that was something that we added to the show. And I've had a number of opportunities to go to New Orleans. It is one of my favorite places that I've been. The people are great. The culture is it's its own thing. It's vibrant. It's the food, the people, the music, everything about the city. I mean, it's had tough times. It's had really, really tough times. Just first thing that pops to mind is Hurricane Katrina and the suffering that city went through from that. But the city bounces back. It is a tough city, and it is something that this too they will bounce back from. But it is a very difficult time, and my heart breaks for that city. But it is a great place to go and visit and go around that town, and it's just a wonderful place. So hopefully, if you have the chance to do that, and if you like food on this National Cream Puff Day, which is French, and New Orleans has French connections, you can find the best food, some of the best food in the world in New Orleans. It is absolutely phenomenal. And again, the city's phenomenal. And but they're dealing and hurting today. Everybody's hurting today. And April, thank you for those thoughts. But now we're gonna move on. There's no easy transition. So there's no smooth way to do this. But we're gonna move on to talk about college football. And one of the things that happened yesterday were two college football games. Now, Penn State, which Jordan was very interested in, played Boise State on New Year's Eve. No issues for Penn State.
No.
What did you think of that game? Were you pleased with the performance by the Nittany Lions?
Yes and no. In the beginning, I was starting to get a little bit frustrated because Drew Aller kept going for it,
Mm-hmm.
like every chance he got.
Yeah.
I guess it was kind of before halftime, so I get he was trying to seal the deal.
But that defense pretty much dominated Boise State.
Yeah.
So Penn State moves on.
Yep.
They will get the winner of Georgia and Notre Dame today, or today now at 4:00. Now the other two games, a snoozer. It was turning into a snoozer. Was the Arizona State Texas game?
Yeah.
I watched it. Arizona State went down. They rarely score on their opening drive, but they get a field goal, and then Texas literally 2 plays, touchdown on 2 passes. Next time they get the ball on a punt, run it back for a touchdown. It's 14-3. And I just thought, this thing is way done. But then in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, that game was wild.
Arizona State comes all the way back, ties it. They go into overtime. Couldn't ask for a more exciting finish.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it was sensational. And those are the games we're looking for. So far, the playoff games have been kind of been a little dull.
Yeah.
Been a little dull. They haven't been, or they've been blowouts. And then the next game
was what you just said.
Ohio State.
Pretty basically. Yep.
Wow. Did they put it on Oregon? And that was the game I thought, okay, if any of these games are going to be exciting, that's going to be the game.
And it wasn't.
Wow. I don't know. Maybe I don't want to say wake-up call. Maybe more of a not a wake-up call. Maybe they got their cages rattled when they lost to Michigan. And Ohio State's come back now after that. No. And so we're not taking any prisoners. We're going to go for it. And Chip Kelly, the play caller for Ohio State now, I mean, it's aggressive.
Yeah.
Everything he's doing is aggressive. And they came out. I think I left.
Yeah,
the
they
house
scored.
Came back, and it was 14-0.
Yeah.
And it was like 2 minutes into the game, it seemed like.
Yep.
And then, my daughter was home, and I said, "Is it halftime?" And she said, "No, not yet." And I said, "What's the score
And she's
now?"
like, "It's 34-0."
Yeah, it's 34-0. So
And it was what? It was like 15 seconds to half.
about WTOV9. We get together to watch games and stuff and the whole thing. No, I mean we do.
Yeah.
We had Jason was there and Sarah was there.
Well, actually, somebody brought up something
today
this
we're gonna
morning.
get together for the Notre Dame game.
Somebody brought up this morning
What's that?
that all the teams that had a bye all
Uh-huh.
lost.
Yeah.
They all lost.
Yeah, that's the danger of having.
So that
Time
I was like,
off.
I didn't think of that.
Yeah. I think Jeff mentioned it. He was talking about it, and yeah, if you can stay away from injury and you can keep playing, I think you stay.
I think
more
it's
in
better.
The rhythm,
Yeah.
Where George has been off for a couple weeks. What? It's 3 weeks now that they've been off, maybe. Because you had the Army-Navy game, so nobody really played.
It's
then
definitely
in the Heisman Trophy, and then they had their bye week. So now that's been – you take the field basically 3 weeks after you played. Yeah, it's been – and the thing is, the teams that had the bye so far, they've gotten behind real quick. Oregon got behind real quick. Texas got a lead real quick. Then they almost blew it. Penn State, I didn't see one play of that game. Got to be honest with you. Had to work the next day and totally forgot it was on. So I didn't see one play of that. But they got up pretty quick in that game too, I think, didn't they? Were they winning pretty big?
Yeah, I I was like watching like two different things. So
What else were you watching, Jordan?
I was just watching the Rockin' Eve.
Okay.
It's like a tradition, that's what we always
absolutely.
watch as kids.
Any good entertainers on this year?
I was waiting for the Jonas Brothers.
There you go. Now,
But I had to wait until I couldn't stay up any longer because I had to be here at 1 a.m. And I found out they didn't go on until 12:30, and that was when I needed to get up and get going. So I did not see it
now, if you're wondering,
until the next day.
The Jonas Brothers Jordan connection is something that has been around for a long time. Because because you're not necessarily, when the Jonas Brothers first came out, you weren't necessarily a teenager that was buying tickets to go to shows or in college.
No, I was a little kid.
Yeah, you were like what? 9,
I was like,
10?
Mom, please take me.
And she took you, right?
Yep.
And you got a picture with them, right?
Yep. I got to meet them when I was little.
We need to put that on the 9-minute Phill-Up.
We can get
you
it.
and the Jonas Brothers.
We can get it.
All right. So anyway, we've got Ohio State. I think without a doubt so far, Ohio State's looked the best in their 2 games, especially on offense. They've been sensational. They had 8 sacks last night.
You know what would be insane to me?
What's that?
I guess not insane, but would be kind of cool. This is not anything against, because I know you like Notre Dame, whatever. But what if it's Ohio State, Penn State national championship?
Ooh, Big Ten would be thrilled.
That would be wild.
What if I think a lot of people are so tired of the SEC, they would love it. I don't think they would care who was in it. Like if you didn't have a team that's in it, Georgia doesn't make it, Texas doesn't make it. Like Jeff Exline, we were talking, he forgot that Texas was a new member of the
he said
SEC.
like he's not impressed, which I agree.
Yeah.
Ohio State can beat Texas.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Texas
is not.
They didn't look good second half of that game. I don't know. Maybe they got relaxed a little bit mentally because they were up so big, and when they were up 24-8, kind of like, okay, this game's over. And then all of a sudden, it wasn't over.
Yeah.
So you have that one. That's going to be in the Cotton Bowl next week. Ohio State and Texas. So a little home field advantage, but I guarantee you the Buckeyes Nation, Buckeye fans are going to show up and fill that place.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so that's going to be you know how expensive that ticket is going to be?
When is that game? Friday?
I think it's on Saturday. I think. Maybe. I don't know.
Am I taking a trip to that?
Yeah, here we go. I don't know if we'd have enough money to get a ticket.
Are we taking a trip to Yeah, that's true.
I mean, that's going to be because there's going to be some people with some deep pockets wanting to go to that game.
Yeah.
And, they'll be spending some big money. So back to today's game. So now Penn State's in, and a lot of people are saying Penn State needs to thank the selection committee for giving the path that they have because they played SMU again. Not saying anything against Penn State, but if SMU's quarterback plays a decent game, I think that goes down to the wire, and it could be a different story. But he didn't. He was terrible, and Penn State got a win. And then against Boise State, if you only have one player that can really beat you, and you have Penn State's defense, they're going to shut down one running back.
Yeah.
He still ran for over 100 yards, but people are like, oh, he didn't do anything. He was the only guy getting the ball. I mean, you know, if everyone in the stadium knows you're going to get it. So today's game, Notre Dame, Georgia. Forget about the backdrop and everything that went on in the last, 24 hours. Friday,
Cotton
Ohio
Bowl is
State.
Friday.
Okay. So Notre Dame, Georgia. Georgia does not have their starting quarterback, Carson Beck, UCL injury to his elbow.
Yep.
So he is out. So they have a backup quarterback. Defense travels. They have a good defense. Notre Dame's offense pretty simple. They run the ball. They run the ball, throw it a little bit, and they've got some big linemen. I think this one's could come down to the wire. This could be this might be the game that everyone's waiting for. The big game. Jordan's making faces over there. What I don't know. What do you make?
I looked up Cotton Bowl tickets.
Okay.
So, hold on. I want to see if I can go low price to high price.
Oh, we're doing tickets to the Cotton Bowl.
Lowest price.
Right
Are
now.
you ready? Right now.
Secondary market. Go ahead.
Yes.
Oh, what do you want me to guess?
I want you to guess. Lowest.
Lowest. I'm gonna say $1,150.
Lower.
Lower, really?
Yeah.
$950.
Lower.
$620.
Lower.
Really?
Yeah.
$500.
Lower.
$400.
$403.
I guarantee you that goes up. Here's the deal.
That's the lowest.
This my son.
Let me see if I can change it to highest.
Okay, that's the low. Okay, so anyways.
So the minimum is 403.
Yeah.
That's the highest or the
Okay.
lowest.
All right.
I don't know how to switch it to price high to low.
Well, no one ever looks for the highest.
I know.
But I do know this from season ticket holders. If you bought tickets and you bought tickets all the way through, you would have
how would that work?
You would have to pay. I think the Notre Dame game for Notre Dame season tickets holders was $250 for your season tickets, but then it would go up every round of the playoffs. But you got a discount if you're a season ticket holder. But if you get those tickets and then sell them on the secondary market, it's going to be expensive. But what's your prediction for tonight? Notre Dame, Georgia. What do you think?
I think Notre Dame.
Okay.
I think without Carson Beck, it's going to be.
Okay.
I mean, see, I don't want to take away anyone's skill because obviously Georgia got to where they got, but I think not having their quarterback, not even from like a talent or skill thing, but like a mental thing, like not having like that's their quarterback.
Yeah.
I think that'll be a little bit of a
that could be
downer.
the difference. That could be the difference.
But in my personal opinion, with my knowledge that I have, I think Notre Dame will win.
All right, so Notre Dame, the Irish getting the vote from Jordan, and it'll be an interesting game down at the Sugar Bowl in New Orleans, Louisiana, today at 4 in the afternoon. And it's going to be on ESPN. And I think one of the reasons why it's at 4 in the afternoon, because I got asked this a couple times, why isn't it at 8 o'clock at night? Well, ESPN already had a game that they were broadcasting, the Gator Bowl, the Tax Slayer Gator Bowl. Tax season just around the corner, everybody. Between Ole Miss and Duke was already scheduled for 8 o'clock at night, and they don't want to put two bowl games up against each other like that because those are two pretty big teams. And of course, you have the Sugar Bowl as well. Jordan, I believe, has the answer.
Are you ready for the highest?
Ticket. Yes, the highest ticket.
The highest.
The highest. I'm gonna say $2,500. Too high?
More.
5,000.
4,000.
That's when you go.
This is for like really good seats.
Yeah, but this one you say
like, look at
sell
that.
the tickets. Yeah, those are good seats.
And these are already the resale.
Here's the deal, though.
These are already the resale tickets.
Here's the deal. The Superdome, it is so big.
Oh,
you sit back. You like even the really good tickets.
I've never been there. I've always wanted to go there. It's like
it's neat. It's a neat place.
Like if I had $4,000 to spend, I'd spend it.
Yeah. Well, there you go. So
the lowest is 400. The highest.
So wait,
is
that's for the Sugar Bowl or for the Cotton Bowl?
This is for the Cotton Bowl.
The Cotton Bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they play in that in Jerry World, I think. So with Cowboys home field now, they play the Cotton Bowl game there. Now, if they played in the old Cotton Bowl, that'd be kind of neat. But yeah, those seats are a long way from the field sometimes. So
Yeah, AT&T Stadium. Yeah,
that's a huge stadium. They would pack 'em in.
400 compared to 4,000.
Yeah, well, if you get those 400,
Hey, for
ones,
400, I'd do it.
But if I had a chance to resell them for 4,000, I mean, unless it was my team, unless the Hurricanes were playing, and I was,
Yeah.
or my son talked me into Notre Dame because he's the big Notre Dame fan. That's a lot of money. I don't know where you're getting that to watch a football game, but if you have it,
that's
enjoy
great.
it. Yeah, absolutely. I don't have it, so we're not going. Now the thing is, just to finish this up with pit tickets and everything, and places to go for New Year's Eve, we showed highlights of the Sydney fireworks display in Australia, New Zealand,
Yes.
not Buenos Aires, France, Rome, Rio, on the Copacabana Beach, and Jordan said, "I want to go to Sydney." She says, "I want to go to Sydney for the New Year's Eve next year to see the fireworks and everything." Then the next day, she changed her mind to France because she saw the fireworks there, and decided it's France that she wants to go for New Year's Eve. So next year for New Year's Eve, if you're looking for Jordan, she'd have to have her Where's Waldo outfit on because she might be any place in the world.
I might be in Australia, Paris.
You're definitely not New Zealand. You were a little bored with their.
See, I know someone that lives in New Zealand, so that might be my in to get to Australia.
There you go. But you have to go to Australia first and then fly back to New Zealand because Australia is before New Zealand in the pecking order of when the New Year's hits.
New Zealand is first.
No, Australia.
Oh, okay.
So Australia, then New Zealand, then you could go.
Right. Well, remember we discussed that you have to be there for a long time.
Yeah, that's
so like if I'm making a trip, like I'm going to be there for
2 weeks.
Yeah, round it up to a month.
A month, okay, a month. Jordan's going to New Year's Eve for a month in Sydney, Australia. Just in case you're wondering, Cream Puff Day, we mentioned that. Now this is something we're gonna finish with. This is something that just doesn't make any sense to me.
Okay.
A lot of stuff doesn't make any sense to me. It's celebrating. It's National Scientific or Science Fiction Day, celebrating the genre of science fiction. So that's fine. That's somebody. Here's the one that's odd. It's National Cream Puff Day. It's National Buffet Day. Go to the restaurant, pick out whatever you want. Buffet Day, and if you're going to the buffet, you're not going to have one plate.
No.
Yeah, if you go to a buffet, you're going. I like those. I want.
Oh yeah, you're going up
these.
there multiple times.
It's kind of like Chevy Chase as Fletch in that movie where he's ordering lunch and he orders like everything on the menu. So you've got Cream Puff Day and National Buffet Day, but then today is also National Personal Trainer Awareness Day.
Wow.
Yeah, because everyone's trying to get in shape. Everyone's got the resolutions. We need a personal trainer. But I'm going to Buffet Day. And I'm going to get a cream puff after that. Maybe two. But I'll talk to the personal trainer. I guess you pack on the pounds real quick before you talk to the personal trainer. You're like, what do I do with these? And he gives you an idea how to get rid of it. All right. So that's our day. So football, we didn't even mention. I guess we save that for tomorrow. Talk about the Steelers, what they have to do. Oh,
yeah, we got to save that for tomorrow.
Save that for tomorrow.
Pro Bowl. We didn't mention the Pro Bowl.
They play flag football now. I mean, it's the Pro Bowls. It's not what it used to be. Back in the day, it was a big deal, and people played hard because they got extra money and they weren't making that much money. Now that everybody makes big money, they changed it to flag football and skills and the whole thing, which is safer and all that stuff. But yeah,
well.
So it's Pro Bowl Day. We can talk about that tomorrow. We'll talk about the NFL. We'll talk about Saturday. It's the AFC North Day. Have you watched that Hard Knocks?
Oh, yeah, it's so good.
Is it? You like it?
Yeah, I haven't. Obviously, since the Steelers have lost the last 3 games, I haven't watched the last 3 episodes, but I need to catch up.
Those are the days that you need to watch.
I know. I need to catch up.
Because you find out how they try and get back from losing.
No, it's very good. I love being able to see behind the scenes.
And the Steelers have never been on it before. It's the first time they'd ever been on it. You know why? They had the out where if you made the playoffs the year before, you didn't have to be on it. And then they kept making the
Hard
playoffs.
Knocks?
Oh yeah.
Really? I didn't know that.
They avoided that like the plague. They didn't want anything to do with it.
It's really cool.
Yep. So then
I'm like, can I be on the staff for the Steelers?
There you go. So the Steelers, the Browns, the Ravens, and Cincinnati all in action on Saturday afternoon. First game will be Cleveland and Baltimore.
Wait, what is it? They're going to have to play the Ravens, aren't they?
It could happen.
Wait, the Ravens have to lose? No. Yeah.
If the Ravens lose and the Steelers win the division.
Yeah.
If the Ravens win, then it doesn't really matter what the Steelers do. They already are in the playoffs. But then
and then
the
something
whole
with
thing
the
about
Chargers and the
San Diego.
Texans.
Yeah, it's a mess.
Something.
Because what'll happen is Kansas City will have the bye, so they'll be off that week. So they have to seed off of everybody else.
We were going to talk about this tomorrow.
We're going to talk about it tomorrow. We just got started today. All right, everybody. That's going to do it for this edition of the 9-Minute Phill-Up. We went 27 minutes. Wow. I didn't think we were talking that long. So anyways, hopefully you have a great rest of your Thursday into the first weekend of the new year. And we wish you nothing but the best, not only today, but always. And remember, if you can, be a little bit extra kind today to somebody because it's just going to make them feel good. And remember, 2 rules. Have fun and always try your best. Have a great day, everybody. We'll talk to you next time. Jordan, thank you.
Thank you, Bill.
Thank you.